Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. In recent seasons, a number of new cast members have joined the original cast of Sister Wives, which has been broadcasting for years. They have gone on to different facets of their lives, particularly since Cody's divorce from his 3 wives. Christine, Janelle, and Meri are enjoying fresh starts and meeting new people. Fans, however, adore Meri's relationship with her best friend Jen. The latter has assisted her in realizing her value and refusing to accept anything less. We witnessed Jen's support and assistance in helping Meri recognize Robin's true nature even in season 19. She also demonstrated to her what a sincere connection and friendship look like. But at the moment, Jen's life isn't going well. Meri just tweeted a photo of herself with Jen, who frequently shows up on the show, along with a significant news on her best friend. Jen's monogamous marriage is blissful, and she hopes Meri, her best friend, will experience the same happiness. What catastrophe has befallen them then? Sister Wives, the dating life of Meri. Fans thought Meri was dating her best friend Jen in between, as anyone who has watched Sister Wives long enough will know. Fans assumed they were together because we didn't know much about Jen's personal life at the time. The rumors were further stoked by the fact that people frequently saw the pair together. Meri just disclosed, though, that she is at last dating someone. It was encouraging to hear that she is at last going on with her life, even though she did not disclose who her boyfriend is. Meri also mentioned how much she values chivalry and how she wants her partner to treat her like a princess. She prefers to do things the old-fashioned way, and she expects her spouse to do the same. Sister Wives, a rare and aggressive cancer, has been diagnosed in this cast member. Meri posted a beautiful photo with her best friend Jen a few days ago. They were wearing red hoodies that matched in the picture. They appeared content together as they smiled at the camera. Bitchcraft, the art of pissing people off while smiling sweetly, Jen wrote as the caption for the photo. Fans greeted Meri with love and blessings after the picture revealed their deep friendship. The fact that the two were finally succeeding in life and had formed sincere ties made them very happy. But a few days later, Jen posted on social media that Sean, her spouse, had been diagnosed with an aggressive and uncommon cancer. Just before Sean began his sarcoma treatment, a photographer caught their happy moments together on their 19th anniversary. Sean is adamant about getting better despite the severe and uncommon cancer. Jen also disclosed that he has had 2 major operations and 5 weeks of radiation therapy since February. His 3rd tumor, which had grown undetected just beyond the radiation region, was surgically removed by the doctors. Despite the lengthy and excruciating process, he is slowly regaining his strength as he heals. Even though Jen is undoubtedly going through a tough moment, she is still hopeful and confident that things will turn out well for her. Meri is also standing next to her best pal. Meri wrote, "Love you guys tons," as a comment directly beneath the post. We pray and hope Sean gets well soon. The life of Meri Brown and his growing polygamous household is chronicled in Sister Wives. This included Meri, Janelle, and Christine, his previous spouses, as well as Robin, his current wife. Meri, 54, posted a significant update on her friend on social media after divorcing Cody in 2014. She shared a photo of herself and her friend Jen Sullivan, who has previously been on the show, on Instagram. Wearing matching red hoodies with profanity, the couple seemed to be grinning in a recent selfie. "Never gonna be asterisk 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 asterisk" was printed on Meri's hoodie, whereas the B asterisk 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 was printed on her best friend's. Jen wrote the following as the album's caption: "B asterisk 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 craft, the art of P asterisk 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 people off while smiling sweetly." This follows Jen's disclosure that Sean, her spouse, had been diagnosed with rare and aggressive cancer. Along with a thorough essay about his therapy and how it has affected her life, she shared a moving selfie on her grid page. This photo was taken on our 19th anniversary, just before Sean began treatment for sarcoma, a rare and aggressive cancer, the media personality stated. He has endured 2 major operations and 5 weeks of radiation therapy since February. One of the surgeries involved removing a third tumor that had developed undetected just outside the radiation region. Sean has had a lengthy and agonizing recuperation, but he is gradually getting stronger and returning to the business when he is able. We appreciate your patience as we alter our hours. In order to give our children peace of mind as they wrap up the school year, we have kept this close. But we have told them, have helped them to feel confident that we are on a good path, and have decided to now share it with you too and say thank you. The texts, check-ins, prayers, and deeds of kindness have carried us, she continued. We will always be thankful to people who have helped our children without their even understanding why. July is Sarcoma Awareness Month, and while this road was unexpected, we're staying hopeful, grateful, and committed to catching any potential recurrence early, and we pray the worst is behind us. Jen concluded the message by writing, "We appreciate your love and support during this difficult time. We experience it daily," accompanied by the yellow heart emoji, Sean and Jen. In a world where drama, heartbreak, and shifting loyalties have become the backbone of TLC's Sister Wives, no one expected real-life tragedy to eclipse the emotional turbulence of polygamy, divorce, and decades of unraveling spiritual unions. But Season 20 has taken a devastating and unexpected turn with the heartbreaking revelation that a core cast member has been diagnosed with a rare and aggressive form of cancer, forcing the fractured Brown family to confront the one enemy none of them were prepared to face: mortality. While the identity of the cast member was initially kept under wraps, fans began speculating after a series of cryptic Instagram posts and a sudden disappearance from filming schedules. What followed was a tidal wave of emotion, confusion, and eventually, a deeply raw confession that rocked the Sister Wives universe and brought even the most estranged members of the family back into contact under the heaviest of clouds. The shocking news broke mid-season during what was expected to be a fairly routine wellness check-in episode. Instead, cameras cut to a dimly lit living room in Flagstaff where Janelle Brown, typically calm, composed, and pragmatic, sat alone, tissues clutched in one hand, her voice trembling in a way fans had never heard. "I never thought I'd be the one saying this," she began, eyes glassy but locked on the camera. "But I've been diagnosed with cancer. It's rare. It's aggressive. And the truth is, we don't know what's going to happen yet." The air left the room. Longtime viewers who had watched Janelle weather everything from emotional neglect to the separation from Cody now witnessed something far more human, a woman battling not just for respect or space in a complicated marriage, but for her life. In an instant, every feud, every past episode about jealousy and holiday schedules faded into the background. Janelle revealed that she had been experiencing vague symptoms for months: fatigue, persistent cough, unexplained weight loss, but had attributed it to stress from filming, the emotional weight of her separation from Cody, and the strain of helping her children navigate adulthood in a family always under scrutiny. But when the symptoms worsened and a routine checkup turned into an MRI, her world shifted. The diagnosis? A rare form of thymic carcinoma, a fast-spreading cancer of the thymus gland that often goes undetected until it's advanced. "The doctors told me they don't see many cases like this," Janelle said softly. "And they don't have a roadmap. But I'm not ready to give up. Not on my kids. Not on myself." The camera panned to photos of her children: Gabriel, Garrison, Hunter, Savannah, faces frozen in smiles from lighter days, now shouldering the heaviest truth of all. The reaction from the rest of the family was immediate and complex. Christine, now happily remarried and living in Utah, flew to Flagstaff within hours of the news, appearing beside Janelle in subsequent scenes with tears pouring down her face. "I'm not just her friend," Christine said. "She's my sister, and I'll be there for her every step of the way. I don't care what's happened in the past. None of that matters now." Together, they began documenting Janelle's early treatments, chemotherapy, scans, sleepless nights filled with uncertainty, offering fans the kind of raw, unscripted truth that reality television rarely shows. The vulnerability was staggering. Janelle removed her wig on camera. She showed the bruises on her arms from constant IVs. She cried about the fear of not being there to see her future grandchildren. And through it all, she remained honest. I'm scared, but I'm also really, really grateful for every single day. Then came Cody, the ex-husband who had become a symbol of arrogance and emotional absence for many viewers. His initial response was surprisingly muted, prompting outrage across social media. When asked about Janelle's diagnosis, he replied, "It's shocking, of course. But she's strong. Janelle can handle anything." The lack of visible emotion, the absence of immediate action, left fans furious. But what came next was even more telling. Cody didn't show up for her first treatment. He didn't call her children. He stayed with Robin, citing family complications and emotional overload. It wasn't until Savannah called him directly, begging her father to come to the hospital, that he finally showed. And even then, it was awkward, stilted, and caught on camera in what fans now describe as one of the most uncomfortable sister wives scenes of all time. "I'm here," Cody muttered. "Let me know what you need." Janelle looked away. "I needed you months ago." Despite the emotional divide, the diagnosis created surprising reunions. Meri, long estranged from Janelle and deeply isolated from the rest of the family, returned to Flagstaff quietly. She and Janelle had never been close. Decades of unresolved tension and silent competition had created a rift that neither fully addressed. But when Meri walked into Janelle's living room with a bouquet of yellow daisies, viewers knew something had shifted. "I'm not here for the cameras," Meri said. "I'm here because you're sick. And I care. No matter what happened before." The two women embraced. Years of silence, awkwardness, and competition dissolved into a single moment of grace. Beyond the family, the fanbase responded with an outpouring of support. Hashtags like #JanelleStrong and #SisterWivesStandUp trended on Twitter. Fans sent hundreds of letters, flowers, care packages, and messages to the production team. TLC issued a rare statement, pledging financial support for Janelle's medical costs and offering to adjust the filming schedule around her treatment. Janelle herself took to social media to thank her followers, writing, "You've all carried me through the darkest nights. I've never felt more loved." But the battle was just beginning. As treatment intensified, Janelle's health began to decline. She lost weight rapidly. Her once iconic blonde hair fell out in patches. In one particularly emotional episode, she looked into the camera and said, "If this is the end of my story, I just want my kids to know I loved them more than anything." Gabriel and Garrison, who had been estranged from Cody, stood by her every moment. They took turns sleeping in hospital chairs, arguing with insurance reps, cooking her meals. "I may not have had a perfect dad," Gabriel said, "but I had a mom who fought for us every single day. And now it's our turn." With each passing week, her diagnosis became more complicated. The cancer had spread to her lymph nodes and lungs. Doctors began discussing experimental therapies. Christine set up a GoFundMe, not because Janelle needed the money, but because fans demanded a way to help. Within 48 hours, over $250,000 was raised. But money couldn't cure what was happening. And despite Janelle's resilience, everyone began to realize this might not be a storyline with a happy ending. And then, a miracle. After 3 months of experimental immunotherapy, her tumors began to shrink. Her scans showed unexpected improvement. Doctors were stunned. "It's not a cure," her oncologist said on camera, "but it's the best-case scenario we hoped for." Janelle broke down in tears, her sons crying beside her. "I don't know how long I have," she whispered, "but now I know I have more. And that's everything." The season ends not with a funeral, but with a fight. A declaration. A scene where Janelle, wrapped in a shawl, bald but glowing, sits by a fire with her children and says, "This diagnosis made me face every fear I ever had. But it also showed me how much love I have left to give." The camera zooms out. Silence. Then the words on the screen. "To be continued." As Sister Wives Season 20 continued to unfold in real time, Meri Brown's cancer diagnosis shifted from a deeply personal medical journey into a defining moment that would test the very core of the fractured Brown family. The cameras, once instruments of entertainment and scandal, now became witnesses to a family forced to reckon with something far more serious than jealousy, marriage counseling, or rotating holidays, mortality. While the public rallied behind Janelle, showering her with overwhelming support and calling her a warrior, the private toll was heavier than any camera could fully capture. The diagnosis became a pressure cooker, boiling old wounds back to the surface, exposing who was truly there for her and who continued to act as if the past decade of emotional neglect could be swept under the rug by a few hospital visits and hollow apologies. By the fourth episode following the public reveal, Sister Wives producers aired a highly anticipated group sit-down in a private retreat house in Flagstaff. No audience, no therapy professional, just Cody, Christine, Meri, Robin, and the woman in the center of it all, Janelle. The meeting was intended as a time for healing. It became anything but. The tension was suffocating. Robin entered wearing a somber black dress and brought a bouquet of lilies, an awkward gesture that Janelle, visibly thin and exhausted, accepted with a weak nod. Christine sat with her arms folded, glaring at Cody, while Meri remained oddly silent. And Cody? He walked in late, looking visibly uncomfortable, as if he knew the cameras were about to catch a reckoning decades in the making. Janelle, Cody began, his voice low, I just want to say, I'm sorry I haven't been there more. I know you needed me, and you don't get to do that, Janelle interrupted, calm but firm.
Not now.
You don't get to walk in here and act like you've earned a place at this table. You chose who to stand beside years ago. I accepted it. But you don't get to perform concern just because the stakes have changed. Christine chimed in, her voice cracking. Where were you when she couldn't get out of bed? When she needed help driving to chemo? Gabriel was spoon-feeding her in between work shifts, and you were at Robin's painting furniture for Halloween. Robin shifted uncomfortably, murmuring, That's not fair. Meri snapped, Maybe it is. The fight escalated quickly, emotions raw, years of resentment exploding under the weight of real tragedy. And yet, Janelle, the woman in the eye of the storm, remained the calmest of them all. You all can argue. You can blame, deflect, pretend this is still about failed marriages and jealousy. But I'm the one facing this thing in my body. And I'm done wasting time on anything that isn't healing. Her voice shook. I don't know how long I have. So please, stop turning my diagnosis into your redemption arc. That moment, the trembling honesty, the brutal refusal to be weaponized, cemented Janelle's place in the hearts of viewers. This wasn't just a woman battling cancer. This was a woman refusing to let her illness become a stage for other people's drama. TLC pivoted the storyline to focus less on the bickering and more on the community that began to grow around her. The Brown children, especially Garrison, Gabriel, and Savannah, took center stage. Garrison, a natural caretaker, was shown attending appointments with his mother, cutting her hair when it began to fall out, and joking with her in an effort to lift her spirits. I'm shaving mine too, he told her. If you're going bald, we're going bald together. The moment brought laughter, tears, and thousands of comments across social media calling for a spin-off centered entirely around Janelle's journey and the kids who rallied around her. But not all responses were supportive. A segment aired in which Robin appeared on camera alone, breaking down into tears over what she called the public villain narrative. I've been painted as the one who stole Cody from everyone, she cried. And now people are acting like I'm celebrating Janelle's illness, like I'm not praying for her too. Her confession received mixed responses. Some fans sympathized, others called it a PR performance, and noted she had yet to be shown at Janelle's bedside or interacting with her kids. The real fracture wasn't just between the sister wives, it was between those who showed up and those who only said they cared. As Janelle began another round of experimental treatment in Arizona, this time involving an aggressive combination of radiation and immunotherapy, the family had to make difficult decisions. Christine offered to relocate temporarily to Arizona with her new husband, David, just to help provide meals and support. Savannah had to consider whether she should pause college plans to remain home. Garrison started working nights so he could be present during the day.
And Cody?
He offered financial assistance, but his presence remained minimal. When producers asked him in a confessional why he wasn't more physically involved, his response was telling. "Janelle and I haven't been close in a long time," he said. "I respect what she's going through, but this isn't the time to reopen old wounds." The comment ignited outrage online. Many saw it as the final confirmation that Cody's loyalty began and ended with Robin. Despite the pain, Janelle pressed on. She began recording video journals, raw, unedited clips that were included throughout each episode. In one, she's lying in bed, pale and sweaty, whispering, "Some nights I wonder if I'm strong enough." And then I see Gabriel asleep on the couch. I hear Savannah in the kitchen. And I think, yes, one more day. I want one more day with them. These videos weren't just emotional. They were transformational.